Pisces, what's up? Don't judge me for being in my robe. It's the Taurus new moon, so if you know any Tauruses, you know how they roll. I'm honoring that energy. Listen, so you saw that I had some insights before I even got these cards down, and the message is still very clear, but I'm just going to go over it really quick again before I get into the separate cards themselves. So right away when these cards over here fell, I felt as though some of you have been dealing with a woman in your life, and it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. So if you're a man, I feel like this is a romantic partner. If you're a woman, I feel like this is a work situation. You've been dealing with this woman that I don't think she's as bitchy as you think she is, but I think you're a little afraid of her. Okay, I think you're afraid of this woman, and Spirit is asking you to leave that story behind because there's an opportunity this month to get over that story. I don't know what put that story in your heart. I don't know what happened exactly that you perceive this person to be as cold and I don't want to say cutting, but like more of like mean. Like I really think that you find them mean in some capacity. Like you're afraid of them. You're afraid of being honest with them, Pisces. And that's the message I had gotten in the beginning, because you're getting concerned that your future is not going to be the love, happy, filled future you had originally expected, because overall you're just burdened by the things that have been going on. I feel as though it's arguments that I was talking about in the beginning with the Five of Swords, which I'm happy to not see the Five of Swords here. However, some of you that are in a romantic relationship, I believe it has to do with a Scorpio, okay, or a Libra. A Scorpio or a Libra for sure. Potentially the ones that are married or the ones that are like in a very serious relationship. Definitely, I think one of those two signs will apply to you: Sun, Moon, or Rising. But the theme here, Pisces, is you need to speak your truth. You have the strength to speak your truth, and in speaking your truth, and in being honest, and you being yourself, you being charismatic, and just being truthful and speaking from your heart, there is an opportunity to finally be heard and move on from whatever you've been arguing about or having a discord about for so long. I think it's very, very important that you begin to cooperate, because even if you have not liked what's been going on in your life, Pisces, even if you've been unhappy with something or resistant with something, you were not doing anything to make it better. You were not cooperating. You were shutting down. You were shutting down. And I know we talked about this last month. You cannot ignore your problems away. It's not possible. Okay? They are going to come for you, because that's part of your work. That's part of your karmic work, Pisces, is to take that knowing that you have that sometimes can be overwhelming because it's so much you don't really know how to put it into words, and challenge yourself to put it into words, because pretending you're not in this world will not serve you. Like, you came here for a reason. So what are you going to do with that intense connection you have to all that is, to nothingness, to everything and nothing in one breath? How are you going to take that level of love and resonance with spirit and ground it to have a real relationship, ground it to have successful work, ground it to have, just an honest, truthful experience? Because denying your truth out of fear of arguing or out of fear of what may happen if you choose to continue to engage with somebody, I'm really feeling like it's like you think that if you're honest, completely honest, it's just going to bring a shitstorm upon you. Straight up. But that's not the case. That's not the case. Let me take the last sip of my coffee. Y'all know, I don't spill the tea, I spill the Cafe Bustelo. This is the energy that you're being asked to leave behind in April before we go into Taurus season in May. This is the block that's being lifted for you, Pisces, okay? What door has Spirit opened for you? Here's your energy, head, heart, and what's holding you in this, like what's grounding you this month as we head into May. The advice from Spirit to best navigate this energy for your highest good And the outcome as of today, if you continue to ride this energetic wave, and then over here we have the overall theme. Sorry, I'm just trying to bring in this. So overall, your theme is the Three of Pentacles. So for those of you that this is a work situation, because don't get me wrong, you could be a man and this be a work situation and a woman and whatever, but that's just the feeling I had gotten with that other message. There's a need this month to, I think, really put in the work with other people. So either going out and being cooperative with your coworkers, being cooperative with your family, being cooperative with the people that are in your day-to-day life. Just really, I feel like working on relationships, Pisces. I feel, and relationships of all kinds. Because there's no cups cards here. Well, I lied. There's the 8 of... There's not a lot of love in this reading, Pisces. It's yes, we're talking about emotions here. But this, if it is romantic, it's like y'all are far away from the honeymoon stage. You know, it's been a while. It's been a while. So, but what's coming for you at the end of the month is that opportunity, but you have to take it. So overall, this month, I think you're finally putting in the work. You're actually meeting people halfway. That's what I'm feeling as well. I'm feeling like maybe some of you are even bringing in a third party to, how do I want to say, to mediate. The camera keeps dropping, guys. Bear with me. Thank you. Mercury is retrograde as fuck right now. All right. So I really think that you want to repair. This feels like a repair to me. I think you want to repair something, but you hadn't. I think you've wanted to all along, but you haven't made the effort. I think people are going to finally see that you're trying to meet them halfway. Okay. For some of you, you may have had a third party in your romantic relationship or in your business relationship. Like you, at one point it was just you two, like, you two partners or whatever, and they brought in a third consultant or something like that. But I don't think you want to perpetuate this situation. If it was a cheating type situation, I feel like it may not have been physical. It may have just been like emotional or like mental, like you were just entertaining somebody to give you mentally what your partner couldn't because you guys keep beefing over silly stuff. But that's not all of you. But regardless, I feel like this is a time of repair. I feel like this is a time of people seeing the effort that you're making. So what you're being asked to leave behind is the Queen of Swords and the 8 of Cups. The rune there is protection, and that came on the Queen of Swords. So again, like I had said, there's been a need you feel like you've had a need to protect yourself from a very cold, I want to say cut off person. Like but I don't think that's really the case. I think that's how you perceive it, Pisces. I think the protection you have put on yourself for whatever reason, possibly something that has happened to you in the past with this person or with other people that you've had similar relationships with, like the same type of relationship. Because what she really is just straightforward. This woman knows what she's saying. Like she's not like the Queen of Wands who would just speak. The Queen of Wands is just going to say whatever and is not going to care. This person has put a lot of thought behind what they're saying. They have separated their emotions out of it, like in the way emotions can cloud what we have to say. Like this person has like looked at their emotions objectively and then responded. And for some reason, you felt the need to create a barrier between you and that person. And I think it has to do with, situations either with them or with other people in the past that have, built up this narrative for you, this narrative that if you're honest, or if you're not honest, rather, like you don't speak your truth. So you're not lying per se, but you're not saying what you really feel. You're just trying to ignore away the problem. You think that if you continue to do that, it'll just disappear. But over the years of you doing that, Pisces, you've created all these cups. Okay? Every one of these cups is a story. They could have started when you were 8 years old. Like, that's really when we begin to be programmed. You know what I mean? We're starting to work through our societal and parental programs by the time we're 8 years old. So I really feel like for a lot of you, this could be like inner child family stuff, where even if it's playing out with a work partner or a romantic partner or even a friend, like you are playing out dramas that have been programmed in you since you were a child. And that's why you feel the need to protect yourself by not being the Queen of Wands, by not being objective and clear. Okay? Because it's not that you don't know how you feel, Pisces. It's that you don't want to say it. You don't want to let it out. So you play like you're not clear, as if you're protecting yourself from this energy internally, as well as the people that you draw in your life to try to draw that out of you. The block that's being lifted this month is the Ace of Wands, and the rune here is joy. So this is very clear to me. You have a new opportunity. This hand's coming from the future. You have a new opportunity to ignite joy in your life. Particularly, I believe, with this scenario. However, this situation I was talking about here in the beginning applies to you. You have an opportunity to start again with a lot more passion and happiness, period. I think that's very... But all Spirit is doing is creating the energetic opportunity. You are the one, Pisces, that needs to go forward and seize it. You have to create it. Because your energy for the month is, in your head, the Four of Cups. Your heart, the Ten of Wands. And in your foundation, the Three of Swords. The rune that was on the Four of Cups is future, and the rune on the Three of Swords is journey. So here I believe that the reason your foundation is just pure pain, like this is like just sadness and just an overall like melancholy type of vibe, especially paired with the Four of Cups in your head. I feel like this has been a long road. I feel like you've realized you've been carrying this baggage for a long time, and I think you're going from the Eight of Cups, leaving it behind, to feeling it because you realize that you have to let it out to the surface and express it before it can disappear, right? We can't just actually force it down to disappear. That's suppression. We have to let things surface and feel that pain in order to create a future. So I feel like this has been, you feel, one, that this situation you've been in has been a painful journey. Okay, it has been a painful journey. And, you know, your heart has been overburdened with all of these feelings, with all of these things you've been wanting to say, with all of these experiences you've had in the past. You're just overall burdened. But the beauty of the 10 means you have the opportunity to let it go. Look, the 1 and the 10, like everything that has been burdening on your heart, you have an opportunity to lay it down and spark again if you feel your feelings. And in your head, I think you're thinking about the future, but it's been hard for you to ground the idea of a future with this person or in this scenario because you're really bored with the narrative and the situation and how it's been going. And again, that's fine. I would be bored with this type of situation too, but what are you going to do about it? Are you going to uncross your arms and take that next cup? Are you just going to drink and ignore it and just pretend like shit's all good? That's another thing. The Three of Cups, you know, are the 3 cups that are sitting on the floor and the Four of Cups. And in that scenario, I feel like it's someone pining for like when days were better, like the good old days. Like, no, Pisces, like we create the good old days, okay? The good old days are happening every single day in the present, okay? So get your head out of the clouds. Not because you can't, you know, I know you exist there anyways all the time. Like, come down to earth and talk to somebody. You know what I mean? Like, you got to say something. You got to say something. Because if you can't have a future that is built on the past. You're getting a new opportunity to start again. Not build a future. Like, whatever you thought your future in this scenario or what this person was going to be like 6 months ago or a year ago, that reality is gone. For whatever reason, it's just gone. Okay? It's gone. So, You need to take the next step, because what's Spirit's advice? Death and justice. First of all, this is a sick-ass pair. Like, so sick. The rune here is marriage. So again, this theme of going through a complete transformation in your commitments and relationships, and things coming out in a just manner. Like, that's why you have no fear. You should have no fear in expressing yourself, Pisces, because the only time we are not treated fairly is when we don't treat ourselves fairly. So you're not treating yourself fairly by not saying how you really feel and what you really want to do and what you really see for yourself, or just, oh, it's fine. Oh, it's fine. I can see it right now. Like, just in your feelings, you're going to listen to some music or go out and pretend like shit's all good, go to work. Like, no, that's not how this is going to happen. Like, you need to say whatever it is that you need to say, and that will then, right, that then opens the gate to allow this beautiful transformation, okay? Because it ends in an offer, right? Because some would say, oh, like, this definitely, don't get me wrong, this could be a divorce. You decide to go through a divorce, or you decide to end a partnership. Like, you could do that, but I feel like if the scenario ends, Pisces, it is because you chose to end it, not because the other person wanted to end it. So keep that in mind. And this definitely relates to people that are married and committed relationships, or if this is a work thing, okay? But the suggestion is let the old stuff go and let it come anew, because karmically, by not speaking our truth, we are creating more karma for ourselves. You should know that. And again, like I said before, by being honest with ourselves, okay? Because if we're not speaking our truth, for whatever reason, we're lying to ourselves, okay? By being honest with ourselves and other people, everyone can do what's best for them. Because that's another thing too, Pisces. If you're not being completely honest, that means the other person you're dealing with doesn't know the whole truth, and therefore they are making decisions for themselves based on your half-truths. And like, if you're in a relationship with them, if you're in some type of partnership with them, like, that's not fair. You should respect yourself and them enough to give everybody the whole story so they can make the decisions that are best for them. Okay? That's what you want to do, right? So give other people that same courtesy. I'm feeling that very strongly. I've been feeling like you need to take responsibility for yourself this month, Pisces. Showing people. Because the Three of Pentacles is seen. People see this work. This is an apprentice that just first begins to get noticed, all right? So maybe you've been needing to do the work for a long time, but, you've just been sitting on your hands, sitting on your ass. Now's the time. The outcome as of today, Page of Cups, the Seven of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. The rune here is strength. So again, I'm feeling as though this is you, Pisces, okay? This is you being yourself. This is you expressing yourself. This is you expressing your true emotions. Because I don't think that's what you've been doing for the last couple of months. I think you've just been saying things. I think you've been living from your headspace. And I think now is the time that you're finally going to speak from your heart. And you're realizing that you're a lot more empowered when you speak from your heart. Because we have the Seven of Wands and the Eight of Wands. Now, the Seven of Wands, right, can be combative a little bit, right? It's like that need to like really, really fight for your own rights, or who you are and your independence and how you feel. And like, this is kind of like feeling like, you have to prove people wrong or something. Okay, competing against other people. But with the Eight of Wands here, and again, we had talked about the Five of Swords that I had in the bottom of the deck when we started. I don't feel like this is an energy where you're like telling somebody like, screw you, this is my life, this is what I'm gonna do. Like, I don't feel like that at all. I feel like you're finally finding your voice, Pisces. I really feel like you're finding your voice, and you're finally communicating everything that you've been holding in for a long time, and you're realizing that by speaking your truth, you feel a lot better and people respect you more. You have less issues with other people. I'm feeling that really strongly. Because again, this Ace of Wands here, okay? And oftentimes the Eight of Wands is communication. So this is, but I really think this is you extending yourself and sending your truth out to the people that have been waiting on it for a really long time. I feel though, whoever, and this can be multiple people that you need to express yourself to, but anyone that you're needing to communicate with this month, Pisces, I truly believe that they are going to receive your message in open arms. Even if it's maybe not what they want to hear, they're still first and foremost going to be like, you know what? Thank you so much for telling me that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, this is not an argumentative energy. I don't feel as though there's like more strife coming down the pipe. I think this is really finally your chance. You have the chance. The energy is being presented to you, okay? So let's get some final advice from Abraham Hicks. Abraham, what advice do you have for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising for May and Taurus season to best navigate? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Our varied behavior adds to the planet's well-being. When you remember that nothing can come into your experience without your vibrational invitation of it, and when you remember that the varied behavior of others adds to the balance and the well-being of your planet, even if they offer behavior that you do not approve of, and that you do not have to participate in the unwanted behavior and will not, unless you give your attention to it. You become more willing to allow others to live as they choose. So basically, Pisces, you don't need to protect yourself from how other people are or how they do their thing or how they express themselves or how they show their emotions. You just need to not worry about other people and stop suppressing yourself and honor yourself instead. And when you honor yourself, you're going to be a lot less bothered by other people who are not honoring themselves, okay? So let the old shit go. Focus on yourself, love yourself, speak your truth, and show people that you care. Peace.